the plants, the foliage. 0207 862 2222. And certainly they've been sending us the most marvellous pictures, Jamie.
They're so nice.
Yes.
Some of them are better than Chelsea gardens. They're beautiful.
They do look fantastic. I mean, Nicki obviously is a veteran Chelsea reporter.
Nicki is Chelsea's
Oh,
show.
I love it. I absolutely love it. But we can't forget your question.
Oh, don't. I was too ashamed to ask my question.
Come on. No, but that's what we like.
OK, well, I have been buying, every time I pop to Tesco, for £1.50, I've been buying 4 little daffodil plants. Then I've been putting them in the front garden. They've looked marvellous. Then they finish and they keel over and they've done their job. So then I've just taken them out and put another £1.50 thing in. So now I've got a whole pile of defunct, sort of decaying old ones round the corner. What am I meant to do? Am I meant to put them in the compost heap or am I meant to plant them?
So I completely appreciate that when you're really short on space, it's quite it's a real dilemma, because as the daffodils go over, you want to replace them with something new, and daffodils bring such joy. We've brought some in with us today.
Yeah, they're fabulous.
After such a grey, long winter, they bring such sparkle into our lives. They will come back next year is the short answer. So if you have somewhere that you can plant them, be it in a pot or in the ground, they will come back next year and give you more plants for free.
And when's the best time to plant them?
Now.
Oh, right now.
Ideally, if you can keep them in the ground and leave the foliage on them, although they do look really unsightly, the energy from the leaves will go back into the bulb. But if you've only got a small space, that's a really hard thing to do.
Can you bring them up and put them at the back and then put new ones at the front?
You absolutely could do that. Or if you're really short on space and you're happy just to get some more, then maybe just give them away, because I'm sure there'll be a charity talking about what you've been talking about earlier.
Are there charities that will take plants and bulbs?
I'm sure anybody on your street would love some daffodils. I certainly would if they came from you.
If they look shocking, the old dead ones.
Yeah,
Hello, would you like some of my dead daffodils? Here you are. So talk us through some of the lovely options you've got here with you. Obviously, I can see narcissus. They look like paper whites. Are they these narcissus there, or daffodils?
Yeah. This is Narcissus Phalia, which is a really lovely, pure white one. Some of the plants that I've brought are actually destined for Chelsea Flower Show. So we start there in 2 weeks' time, and then the show itself will be opening in 5 weeks today.
Week of the 19th of May.
I know, it's so soon.
And the thing that fascinates, I think, all visitors to Chelsea and everyone who watches it on telly as well is you want to show the specimen at its absolute most floriferous, optimal best, regardless of the weather and the season. And how do you do it?
Well, that's the really tricky bit, because actually I've brought lupins in, and these aren't lupins that we've pushed on for the show today.
This one I can
The
see.
lupin over there.
Yeah.
This is for Monty Don's garden, RHS Chelsea, and that is going to finish flowering long before Chelsea. So it's a really challenging thing, and because we've had such an amazing spring, and I'm so grateful we've had such an amazing spring, actually everything's much further ahead than it should be.
Will you be holding certain things back?
And how do you hold them back?
There's only so much we can do. So we have shade tunnels and we put plants outside. But in the olden days, they used to use fridges to hold plants back and heater greens. We don't do any of that anymore because we want it to be authentic.
Yeah.
So when people pay a lot of money to go to the show, and we want to show them stuff that they can recreate in their gardens at home. So actually, the fact that this year some plants will be over, that's part of it. But actually, that opens up a whole new genre of plants that would normally flower in June that we'll see at So Chelsea, I think, this year will be the most colourful, brightest Chelsea probably we've ever seen. Yeah.
There's a definite look at Chelsea, I think, for the last, I don't know, at least 10 years, which, and you can certainly tell me I'm wrong if you disagree with me, this might be controversial, but anyway. Whereas it looks as if what they're trying to do is effectively recreate a hedgerow. So everything has to look very, very natural, a bit tumbling, lots of green, a bit of white, some Queen Anne's lace, a couple of foxgloves. And you think, oh, not that again. Why don't we revert to how it used to look? Just for variety's sake, you know, when they had rows of plants all standing up like soldiers and lots of chrysanthemums and dahlias and, you know, and gardens look more like gardens.
I think that's the beauty of Chelsea. It's a fashion show for plants.
It's the catwalk, isn't it?
And it's so subjective. And actually, there will be gardens and stands that do exactly that. There will be more.
Well, you've got a lawn this year.
We've got a lawn at Chelsea this year.
Okay, let's get to the questions. So we've been receiving pictures of gardens and indoor plant pots and balconies, and thank you very much for all of them. Mercedes from London sent us a photo of her hydrangeas last summer. God, they look fantastic. My goodness me. They're very deep pink.
Beautiful.
Amazing. Unusually deep, that colour, isn't it?
And you mentioned about balconies and containers, and that's so important because you don't need a garden to be a gardener.
Exactly. And she says, when is a good time to cut off the dead flowers on your hydrangea?
Ooh.
we're pretty much at the right time now. It's best to wait until the frosts have finished and gone away. And I know it's April, so we still could get some. But about this time of year is a good time to start to take them back. And you can cut them back quite hard if you want big new floriferous flowers, or actually you can just take off the old flowers if you want to keep the size of the plant that you've already got.
And now I think I did the wrong thing.
What did you do?
Just cut off the flower. Now I wish I'd cut it right down. Is it too
I
late?
suppose it depends which. It's not too late. It depends which hydrangea as well. So the big Annabelles, which have got those beautiful white. You can cut those completely back to the ground, and they'll come back. So it depends. It's a complicated answer, but now is the right time to do it. Whichever hydrangea.
Lindsay in Sussex would like to know, what should she do with this shady patch of ground? Apparently, it's really stumped her. She just can't get anything much to grow on it, and I believe that it's chalky soil.
Okay.
What should she do?
So when you see a pitch like this where it's almost a blank canvas, I think it presents such an exciting opportunity to get growing. Obviously, so much of it is subjective as to what she would like to grow in her garden. Obviously, chalk is quite limiting, so you can't grow things like rhododendrons or azaleas or plants that like a more acidic soil. But the honest answer is, whatever she wants to grow, give it a go, because plants are amazing. And actually, if more often than not, they will find a way to grow. So if she wants a beautiful white garden, then actually pulling together a palette of that. If she wants a more wild garden, you can do that. But it's do anything and give it a go, and just plant a lot and see what works.
I was terribly proud of my, I don't know, how do you pronounce it? A boutilon. A boutilon?
Yeah.
A boutilon is absolutely marvellous. They come in all different colours, red, yellow, and I've got this wonderful purple one, which I did provide a photograph of, and I did want you to see it so I could show off, because I did plant it myself, and I have cared for it day and night for years. But that's one that grows quite rampant, doesn't it, in all sorts of soil? Would you agree or not?
Yeah. No, that's fantastic. And if you've got quite poor soils, I brought some plants with me today, actually. So things like the alchemilla, this will grow in most places.
Oh, there's my garden. Here we go.
Lovely.
And you can see that's my front garden, actually. And the boutilon, you can, if that's how you pronounce it, you can see at the top. Can you see the purple at the top? So there's an azalea at the bottom.
Azaleas.
There's a piraeus or whatever the hell. Oh, there it is.
Wow.
That's the boutilon.
Yeah.
I'm really just showing off. I'm just showing off. That's all I'm doing.
And if you go to your local nursery, the plant
And that's my flowering currant. I wouldn't say that
gorgeous.
to just everybody, but that is.
They're going to help you. If you've got shade in your garden, they're going to tell you which plants to look at, aren't they?
The best thing to do is to go to your specialist local nursery. There are hundreds, if
love
not
doing
thousands
that.
across the country, and they'll be able to give you such specific advice, the area of the country that you live in and what will grow best there.
But I have found a boutilon's a really good plant, because some of them just flower for absolutely ages. You can hack them back vigorously and viciously. They come up again, and they're beautifully bright and
I love
sort of
colour.
perky. Exactly, so do I.
colour in
So
the
do I.
garden.
What's your favourite plant in your garden?
Well, I think it's probably my Amelanchier, which isn't a plant at all, is it? It's a tree, but it's a multi-stem tree. Apart from the pigeons that adore it, it just gives me that greenery that I like, and the wildlife just adore it.
Do you like it when she says my
Oh,
Amelanchier?
look.
Oh, there it is.
That's one of my. That's one. I don't have a very big
Oh,
garden.
I like the
but-
look of that, though.
Thank you. And if you look at the back, the hornbeam trees right at the back.
Likes a nifty bit of topiary,
Yeah,
doesn't she?
isn't it good? But it also gives you privacy, but also encourages the birds to come into your garden. So those trees are very thin, aren't they? Because they've been pollarded.
Now, Lorraine in London has created a wild space for her community, the whole community. That's a lovely thing to do. And she says, Jamie, oh, here it is.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, she sent us a video of it. God, I love it, Lorraine. That's beautiful. She says, what's the best grass to use, she wants to know, for a wildlife garden?
When we think of grasses, we often think of lawns, but actually grasses is such a huge range of plants. And I brought a few with me today. Plants like the Scampsia are amazing, because these
Is that one there?
These are the ones in the front
just
over
over
there,
there, because actually it will produce big flower stalks as well, really drought resistant, but also will grow quite happily by water. So a really good plant, ornamental grass to grow in the gardens. Or you can, if you're referring to more of a lawn, you can go and get a really tough, hard-wearing lawn mix.
Let's have a chat with Andre, who's in Southend-on-Sea. Hi, Andre.
Hello, Vanessa. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you, sir. Tell me about your garden.
Yeah, we're having problems. I'm having problems getting my garden right for the Easter. I've just been repotting. I've just been getting my hanging baskets all ready.
Yeah.
But we've got to. I've got some. I'm debating whether to get it right for Easter because of the weather. We had good weather this year.
Yeah.
Now it's going into May. It's very, very decidable weather. I just want your advice, Vanessa. How to get it right for the better weather to come.
In terms of your hanging baskets, is that what you're really concerned about, Andre? The hanging baskets?
Yes,
okay,
yes,
well, don't take my advice. I don't know. Ask Jamie; he'll tell you. What should he put?
It's a really vague answer, but whatever you want to grow.
But what will do best? Because he's saying the weather could go either way.
So Easter's the big weekend where everybody starts to go shopping. So garden centres and nurseries across the country will be absolutely buoyant with plants. And the best thing you can do, as Nicki said, is to go in, actually look at what plants excite you and make you happy and fill you with joy, and buy those and plant those.
Okay, Andre, what plants do excite you and fill you with joy?
I'm just putting my hanging baskets at the moment. Pansies.
Pansies, yeah.
Sweet.
Right. Pansies and petunias and violas, all these annual plants that will produce so much repeat colour and repeat flowering throughout the year are fantastic. People often, especially at Chelsea, they don't like to see pansies and violas. There's a bit of plant snobbery happens across the industry. And I think they're great. I think they're fantastic.
I planted 4 purple pansies out today in a little sort of wooden trug, I think is the word.
Lovely.
And they look divine. And they're
Amazing.
sweet. They've got little faces like little pussycats.
Yeah.
They're so pretty.
And they're pretty hardy too. I love my alliums are coming up.
Keep
My tulips.
deadheading. Your pansies, they'll flower for you for ages, won't they?
I've actually brought a very controversial plant with me today, which you could put in a hanging basket, but this is daisies, and I'm adamant to bring. It's just a normal daisy.
Why is it controversial?
Because it's a weed.
Oh, it's considered to be a weed?
No such thing as a weed. It's a plant.
If it's pretty, it's pretty.
You wouldn't know, would you? Because I've grown it in a nice pot and it repeats flowers all year round. It's great for the wild. So maybe you could put daisies in your hanging basket and that would get the neighbours talking.
Yeah, you could put daisies, Andre, in your hanging basket. Jen in London has a question, Jamie. She wants to know, how can she get rid, oh my gosh, of this mysterious plant that has taken over her garden?
Look at us all.
Do you know, we're all craning forward to see what it is. Do you know what that is?
I'm not 100% sure from the picture, but if it's not right for your garden, then the only real way to get rid of it, and that's absolutely fine. So we just said there is no such thing as a weed, but actually, if you've got too much of something and you don't want it, then absolutely there's nothing wrong with digging it up, moving it, replacing it. That's fine. But the only way to replace a plant like that is hard work and digging.
Just digging and digging.
Get it out.
And you wouldn't use any kind of phosphates or anything like that, or you wouldn't? You wouldn't.
Just trying to get out as much of the root as possible in the plants.
Put it on the compost.
Stick it on the compost.
Okay, let's have a look at Maxine in London has sent a photo of her balcony, and she says, oh, look, you've got quite a lot of space there. That could actually look very pretty, couldn't it? She says she's not quite sure what to do with the space. What would you do if you had the chance, Jamie? What would you do, Nicki?
I would fill it with containers.
Yeah.
I would make sure that I water them regularly, because up on a balcony, you've got to be really careful, haven't you? Because it gets so much sunlight.
And the wind.
But how wonderful, opening a window, opening a door and just seeing an array of colours. You could also grow some veg as well. It looks like there's enough room.
I'll tell you what I think is a great thing, because it grows like crazy, is that French mint.
Oh, yeah.
And it's, you know, when you rub it between your fingers, it smells of mint, and it just, I mean, I was going to say it grows like a weed. It probably is a weed, is it? I don't know.
Old mints grow.
It grows brilliantly. That would be a nice thing to put in.
Absolutely. And great for your Pims come the summer as well.
Sunny balcony.
Your Pims.
Yes.
Sunny balcony. What should she put on it?
So I have a tiny garden at home. I only have containers at home, and I have a few big plants in there, so plants like osmanthus, so I've got all year round evergreen structure, and then also some plants like verbenas that'll provide me with some colour come the summer, and then the rest of it I keep quite low key. I actually have mints as well, but then grasses, and then I change it up throughout the year. The beauty of growing in pots is you can change it. So as something starts to look good, you can bring it forward. If it starts to look a bit rubbish, you can push it to the back as well.
Reggie in London, one very, very quickly, sweetheart. What's going on? It's the squirrels driving you crazy.
Yeah, the squirrels are impossible. They're actually, I put some lovely plants in, and the other day, it's happening all the time. They dig them all out.
I've got to stop you and get the answer, because we're running out of time. What should she do? Can you do anything to stop the squirrels?
Netting, I'm afraid, is the best thing to try and you're fighting a losing battle if they're there all the time. But when you plant it, you can put a bit of netting. Best if it's steel or metal or something, so it's biodegradable and good.
And get a bird feeder, and they'll go to that hopefully instead.
That's a good idea. Entice them away.
Because my squirrels just take all my tulips.
Yeah.
My tulips don't stand a chance.
No, they love my bird feeder.
I don't normally say that in a public place, but my tulips are absolutely not worth holding. Nicki, thank you very much indeed. Lovely to see you, Jamie. Thank you so much. It's really been great to have you
Loved
here.
it, haven't we?
I really enjoyed it.